Did The Rock just call out Roman Reigns? It's kind of looking like it. The head of the table match might be coming soon. What's going on, guys? What's good in wrestling? Back here again. Your pal Andrew is back on YouTube making videos. It was a little bit of creative frustration and burnout towards the end of the year. Not specifically on this channel. I have lots of channels and I love creating content, but I needed a bit of a reset. And part of that reset is going to be this background, and you guys are going to see very soon I'm making a lot of changes. But I'm very happy now to say that I'm going to be making a ton of content on this channel. So if you've been here for a while, make sure to stick around and enjoy more wrestling content because more is coming. Now, the wrestling world has been kind of crazy, and it's been unfortunate that I haven't been recording a lot of videos because there's been so much news, so many people jumping ship. Of course, I was just able to see the CM Punk return. I was still creating content during that time period, and that was pretty wild, let's be honest. And since then, I've actually gone to a WWE live house show, part of the holiday tour in Toronto, so I'll probably end up making a live experience video on that as well. But the biggest news lately is Rock versus Roman. In Philadelphia, WrestleMania 40, is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson actually going to be facing Roman Reigns? It's a story written in itself. There's so much to be told here. The bloodline, the head of the table. It's kind of hard to ignore. There's somebody else that's hard to ignore, and that's the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Fun fact, during the holiday tour, he took a selfie with a bunch of people, and I was in the photo, which is pretty cool. You'll see that in my holiday tour live recap video. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm on Team Cody. I'd really like to see Cody finish the story and main event WrestleMania against Roman Reigns and finally win the WWE Undisputed World Heavyweight title. But I'm not sure if that's in the cards for him right now, and I'm not sure if that's in the cards for the WWE, but we're going to look at every option. Because if we're looking at both stories, first of all, of course, if we're going with Cody's story, because that's not the main portion of this video, we'll spend a little bit more time on The Rock. Cody's story started with him returning to the WWE, going all the way to the Royal Rumble, winning the Rumble after the injury, challenging Roman Reigns, saying he was going to finish the story. And ultimately, he lost. I was in attendance. That's another video I'd like to make, a WrestleMania 39 complete recap, because I was actually there, and I'd love to talk about everything and the whole trip because it was kind of crazy. Cody losing was ultimately part of the reason why he was going to be building towards an even bigger story for WrestleMania 40. I mean, they had Brock Lesnar do a trilogy of matches against Cody and ultimately lose that trilogy. You aren't feeding Brock to these guys and just having them not have a big match going towards WrestleMania. Cody's story could get really weird here because it looks like he's been doing some filler feuds, and no disrespect to Shinsuke Nakamura, but it looks like Nakamura again is another guy that they're just kind of going, okay, we'll get a few good matches out of these two because they're both amazing. Good promos as well. Shinsuke's really stepped it up, but they're just giving Cody guys that are valuable workers and good workers until he ultimately gets to, you know, the Rumble season and of course the WrestleMania season. Because as it stands right now, there's no story for Cody except for Roman. Well, unless they go with Randy Orton, which again, that's a whole nother story in itself, but now you're turning Orton heel and now there's no title involved. Does it make sense? Are we just ignoring the fact that Cody should be, you know, towards that title? There's so much to unpack, and that's probably a whole series of videos that I'm more than likely going to be making. It's just hard to ignore Cody versus Roman because they've been building towards it. And even that little stare down that they had and those little minor interactions, those little jabs that they take at each other, it's really hard to ignore that. But then on the flip side, there's been rumors that The Rock was supposed to face Roman Reigns and it was supposed to happen at either 38 or 39 because Roman's had, you know, titles forever and been main eventing forever at this point, which is fine. I love me some Roman Reigns. If The Rock steps back in, you know that this is more than likely leading to a WrestleMania appearance because the other rumor is the Elimination Chamber. Could be interesting, but I don't think so. As much as I'm a fan of Cody and really want this match to happen at WrestleMania, I don't see how The Rock and Roman Reigns can have a match at Elimination Chamber and then just be done with the story and then go right into Cody. Now, mind you, 70,000 fans in Australia, I believe that's where Elimination Chamber is going to be. That could be a very incredible match. You could have Rock versus Roman and then have a chamber match, and whoever wins that chamber match faces Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. So you would get the outcome of Rock versus Roman, which Roman's going to win, and then Cody could win that chamber match. That's how you could set that up, and then the story, writes itself. Is there a chance of that happening? Like I said, I hope it does, but The Rock saying that he wants, to sit at the head of the table seems like they're starting to build towards a really long-term storyline where this culminates at WrestleMania. And would I be mad at it? No, I wanted Rock versus Roman originally because I wanted to see it at WrestleMania anyways. But then I started to see Cody's story and I was like, actually, I'm okay with no Dwayne. I would really like to see Cody Rhodes finish his story because I'm like a huge fan. I literally have been a fan of this guy since he screwed over Hardcore Holly to team with DiBiase. Like, it's been going back that long. You just can't deny the star power of The Rock. It's already broke the internet. People who don't watch wrestling regularly are starting to hear that The Rock may be coming back for a program and may be coming back to wrestle. And there's a lot of Hollywood fans, there's a lot of wrestling fans, there's a lot of, in between, like just entertainment fans. And when The Rock is involved, that means you're going to have more eyes on the product. And if WWE is seeing this, they might be changing their plans for WrestleMania as we speak. Because let's be honest, Rock versus Roman would sell a lot of tickets. Now, it's WrestleMania, so I think it's going to sell out regardless. But Rock versus Roman is a whole nother ballgame. And I can acknowledge that as well, just like I acknowledge the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, or maybe the Tribal Chief Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. The only way that I would book this, I have a really, really big idea that I just thought of a couple minutes ago as I'm recording this video. There's a challenger that I think Cody could face that could raise his value, that could also stun a lot of people. And I'm not saying Stone Cold Steve Austin, don't fall into that pun. There's somebody that I think could work with Cody that could elevate him. And part of the story could be that he didn't get this match versus Roman Reigns. I think I'm going to make a video about that. Just thought about that. I think I'm going to make a video on it. But anyways, you would have so many tie-ins. Maybe they involve Jimmy and Jay, but they're supposed to face each other. Obviously, Solo's going to be in there. Rikishi can somehow get involved. I don't know. Are you going to involve Tamina and Nia Jax? I don't think they're going to go that far. But there's so many different pieces of the bloodline that could be involved in this story, because they're all family. It could make for a really good story. And if they want to do it for Elimination Chamber, that's going to be amazing as well. But if they're going to do it for WrestleMania, I think a lot of fans would understand. It just doesn't seem right. I think it's Cody's time. I really do. But again, I've always been a huge fan of The Rock. I've grown up watching every single one of these wrestlers, whether it was live or highlights or on videos. Whatever it is, I've grew up watching these guys. I love all of the people involved here. There's just a part of me that in my heart really wants to see Cody get that title because I think it's good for the future of the WWE. Because once the story with Rock and Roman is over, are you going to go to Cody next? Or is that chapter closed? Like, is it still going to be the hot thing for Cody Rhodes to be involved in that main event? Time will tell. It's also just making this video making me think that if they want a safe way to get Roman to beat Hulk Hogan's record and enter the top 3, they have him beat The Rock. He looks even stronger. He goes on, beats that record, and then Cody finally beats him. But then it's kind of like you really did all of that just so you could get to Cody later on and beat the record or whatever. It just seems like a lot of effort. I'm not necessarily worried about fans going stale with Cody because I think the kids love him. But just remember that. The kids really love Cody. And you know who the kids also really loved? John Cena. And listen, John Cena, in my opinion, is the greatest of all time. They don't just call him that for nothing. But there was a point where fans felt like, okay, enough is enough now. We liked him before, but now you're doing a little bit too much. And I don't think that it's a fair comparison fully. But if you keep going with Cody and saying he's the guy and then you don't actually hand him the keys, fans are going to be really confused. And I mean, Dave LaGreca on Busted Open made a really good point. Cody actually was arguably the biggest draw for the WWE this year. #1 in merch sales. They were the highest grossing house shows and holiday tours and all this other stuff. Of course, CM Punk coming in helped that. But for the rest of the year, Cody was the main guy working those shows. He wrestled the most matches. He was a huge draw. And WWE knows that. With last year's WrestleMania being the biggest one of all time, Philly is probably going to be even bigger. But Cody has been a part of all these records. So to say that Cody can't draw is not right. And there's a lot of people saying The Rock would just crush the ticket sales and whatever. Cody also did that. Roman also already did that. So either one of these options are great. I'm still going to watch it. I'm going to love it. But I still believe Cody should be the one to finish the story and get that match with Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia. So if you guys are new here and you love wrestling content, make sure to like this video and subscribe. I'd love to have you guys here. Thank you so much for watching, and blah, 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 blah. If I could actually talk. Stumbling over my words, man. Jesus, thank God I don't got to cut a promo against John Cena, because he would be like, it's a promo, kid. Anyways, hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. That's what's good in wrestling. I'm Andrew. I'll see you guys later.